instances. Or CIA.
Hurry up. I'd ask.
Looks like a rainy day fund. Bring me the file.
Either you got it wrong or he ditched. Listen to me!
You have the file, which is why you're
Get the
Let's go. Who's the buyer? How did you know about the file?
a page.
Maxfield, we got company.
Nicholas, you're working for Nicholas.
You're trying to steal industrial secrets or something? Earpiece.
Oh, come on, Jarvis.
I don't know why he's not answering, sir. Director Evans! Your badge was okay, Technologies. They've been breached.
Change your plan.
It's a big building. Where am I going? I need that. Shit! No. Avery! Oh. Be there.
Oh my god, are you okay?
No.
Jel sve u redu?
Come on. Please.
Just scraping all mobile and electron.
Pull up a list of all foreign arms.
There's nothing to suggest that, sir.
We are... That is...
Je učitao datoteke željenih zemalja.
Idemo živo.
So too comes our new standing of the blind spots.
Ask you a very simple question. Is thrive the weak need care of the United States that will end internet use as institutions will freeze? The cost of non-compliance, however...
Please direct your attack.
is non-negotiable.
što im više vremena damo, to...
Satellite feeds and country analytics. They just unleashed Canary Black.
That's one hell of a blackmail file.
Like, there's a preempt. Is not sighted. Find out where the hell this broadcast is coming from.
Nema ništa ovde.
This is an unpleasant...
Yes.
Where's Avery? Is she alive?
You're old, my friend.
One of the assholes.
Kill him. World will pay for your weakness. Arrogant American with a savior. Servants. Collateral casualty to be used one day.
We had a deal.
I consider
How did you find me?
this space to interrogate men sent.
You.
Make it look about.
It's an act of sabotage.
Južna Koreja je platila 10 milijardi.
Predsjedniče. Da, svakako. Hvala, gospodine predsjedniče.
David Brooks doesn't know how.
I didn't mean for this to happen.
Tell me the truth, right?
It was the only lever. Had to make you believe that I'd been kidnapped. I botched a job for the but it's not. They would kill you. No. I'm sorry, I was trying to protect.
Find a way to cut their internet feed.
Italy, Egypt, Greece.
Sad stali pameti kak.
Заплатите, ну чтобы...
1,4 milijardi od Maroka.
The system. I mean, it could take days before...
Doing the same. Everyone is pointing...
His cell is currently located...
It's compromised. I want a full tactical...
Hey guys, today we're diving headfirst into the adrenaline-pumping world of Canary Black, a film that asks, what happens when your peaceful retirement gets rudely interrupted by international espionage? We meet Ava, a former CIA operative who's traded global intrigue for domestic bliss. She's living the quiet life, complete with a loving husband, and suddenly, poof, he vanishes into thin air. No note, no explanation, just a gaping hole where her happy ending used to be. This is a passion project for me, and a like or a subscribe is the best way to show your support. So if you're on board, join the crew. If not, thanks for watching anyway.
We can still have each other, just like...
The peace is shattered when the phone rings, its harsh jangle cutting through the silence like a rusty knife. On the other end, a voice, cold and clinical, informs Ava that her husband, David, has been snatched. The ransom? Not cash, folks, but a highly classified file known only as Canary Black. It's the kind of MacGuffin that could either save the world or burn it down, depending on whose hands it lands in. Ava, understandably, is not amused. Her quiet life officially just got a whole lot louder, and infinitely more dangerous. Turns out, the person making these demands isn't some random bad guy, but her former handler, a shadowy figure named Katz. He's got the kind of face that tells you he's seen too much and enjoyed none of it. Katz makes it clear, retrieve the file, or David's gone for good. There's no room for negotiation, no time for pleasantries. It's a classic, do this, or your loved one gets it scenario, but with way more government secrets and far less subtlety. The ticking clock sounds like a drumbeat in Ava's ears, pushing her back into a world she swore she'd left behind. With no other option, Ava re-enters the dark underbelly of international espionage. The clink of metal as she unearths her old equipment, the familiar weight of a silenced pistol in her hand. It's all a stark reminder of who she used to be. The gentle sounds of her home are replaced by the mental click-clack of a plan forming, a chilling precision returning to her movements. She's not just a suburban wife anymore. She's a ghost from the past, a lethal instrument of retribution, ready to dismantle anyone standing between her and David. It's like she's switching from decaf to espresso, and trust me, you don't want to be in the way when the caffeine kicks in. Her first target, a pristine, highly secure Swiss bank, gleaming under the cold light of Zurich. It's the kind of place where even the air smells expensive and the security cameras watch your soul. Ava, a master of disguise and deception, slips through the layers of biometric scanners and laser grids with an almost balletic grace. The gentle hum of the security systems is a mere whisper as she moves, a predatory silence following her every step. No dramatic explosions yet, just the nerve-wracking tension of a professional doing what she does best, being utterly invisible in plain sight. Deep within the bank's fortified belly, she faces the vault door, a behemoth of steel and intricate locking mechanisms. The metallic clicks and whirs of the tumblers as she works her magic are almost rhythmic, a delicate dance between human skill and mechanical fortitude. It's less smash and grab and more surgical extraction, demonstrating her elite training. She's not just picking a lock. She's engaging in a silent dialogue with the vault, persuading it to yield its secrets. One wrong move, one errant sound, and the alarm would shriek, bringing down a swarm of armed guards. Talk about pressure. With a soft thud, the vault door swings open, revealing a hidden compartment. Inside, nestled among what one assumes are other people's incredibly important secrets, is a small, unassuming USB drive. This tiny piece of tech holds a fragment of the Canary Black file, a digital breadcrumb leading to David. Ava pockets it with practiced ease, her movements swift and efficient. The mission isn't over, not by a long shot, but this is the first crucial piece of the puzzle, a silent victory echoing in the cavernous vault. Of course, nothing is ever easy. As she makes her egress, an alarm blares, its piercing shriek echoing through the marble halls. Guards, their heavy boots thudding on the polished floor, converge on her position. The sharp crack of their automatic weapons splinters the air, bullets whizzing past her head. Ava, however, is a blur of motion, leaping over desks, sliding under closing security doors, the adrenaline a fiery current through her veins. It's a symphony of chaos, but Ava conducts it with deadly grace, a master escape artist making her grand exit. She's like a ninja, if ninjas also had to deal with incredibly strict banking regulations. Safely, for now, out of the bank, and melting into the anonymity of the city, Ava finds a moment to breathe. Her breath hitches, a sharp intake of cold night air, but her mind is already racing. She sends a coded message to Katz, confirming the retrieval. His reply is terse, a simple instruction for the next step, without a single word of commendation. It's a transactional relationship, devoid of emotion, driven solely by the urgent need to save David. The digital ping of the message confirmation is a cold reminder that she's merely a pawn in a much larger, more perilous game. As Ava prepares for her next mission, we get a quick, visceral flashback to her training days. The grunt of bodies hitting mats, the sharp slap of hands on flesh during hand-to-hand combat drills, the crisp report of firearms echoing in a sterile training facility. A younger, perhaps more naive, Ava is pushed to her physical and mental limits, forged into the formidable agent she is today. It's a glimpse into the crucible that created the Canary Black, reminding us that her current predicament isn't just bad luck, it's a consequence of a dangerous past, like an old gym membership that suddenly charges you for years of inactivity. The next target involves a more sophisticated approach, a lavish consulate gala, overflowing with diplomats, power players, and enough champagne to float a small yacht. Ava transforms, swapping her combat gear for a stunning evening gown. Her previous life as a spy, now her most dangerous asset. The murmur of conversation, the clinking of glasses, the soft swell of classical music. It's a sensory overload, a deceptive facade masking illicit dealings. She moves through the throng, an elegant predator, her eyes scanning, assessing every gesture calculated. This isn't a smash and grab. It's a waltz with danger. Her objective, a specific laptop belonging to a high-ranking official, stashed away in a private study. While mingling, she creates a diversion, a minor commotion that draws attention away from her target. The smooth click of the door closing behind her, the hushed silence of the room, it's a stark contrast to the party outside. With practiced fingers, she plugs in a small device, data downloading with silent efficiency. The soft whir of the laptop fan is the only sound breaking the tension. This isn't just about the file, it's about the intricate dance of deception, where trust is a currency no one can afford. Just as the download completes, a shadow falls across the doorframe. A guard, his heavy footsteps echoing down the hall, pauses, suspicious. Ava freezes, her breath held captive in her lungs, the soft rustle of her dress the only betraying sound. She melts into the shadows behind a heavy velvet curtain, her heart hammering against her ribs like a trapped bird. The guard's slow scan of the room, the almost imperceptible click of his gun's safety, stretches the moment into an eternity. This is why they call it espionage, blackmailed folks. It's mostly waiting to see if you're about to become a human pincushion. Lucky for her, he dismisses it for now. With the data secured, Ava slips out a back entrance, the cool night air a welcome relief against her skin. A discreet vehicle awaits, its engine a low purr. As she climbs in, she sends another brief update to Katz. His voice, when it comes through, is devoid of warmth, but there's a flicker of urgency. It's clear that Canary Black is far more dangerous than she initially realized, and each piece she collects only tightens the noose around her husband's neck. This game of cat and mouse just got a whole lot more complicated, and Ava's starting to wonder if she's the cat or the mouse. To keep her motivated, Kat sends Ava a short, grainy video clip. David is there, alive, but his face is bruised, his eyes clouded with fear and exhaustion. The sight of him, helpless and vulnerable, ignites a fresh surge of fury and determination in Ava. The sound of his strained breathing, barely audible over the video feed, is a painful reminder of the stakes. This isn't just an assignment anymore. It's personal. And when a former Black Ops agent takes things personally, well, let's just say it usually ends in a lot of broken bones and dramatic slow-motion explosions. Mostly other people's broken bones, thankfully. As Ava makes her way to her next contact point, she's ambushed in a rain-slicked alley. Two hulking figures emerge from the shadows, their intent clear. The sharp thwack of a fist connecting with a jaw, the muffled grunts of effort, the scrape of boots on wet concrete. It's a brutal ballet of close-quarters combat. Ava, despite being outnumbered, moves with a fluid, lethal efficiency, turning their size against them. Every punch, every kick, every block is delivered with precision and power. The rain slicking their faces, reflecting the harsh glow of neon signs, adds a gritty, visceral edge to the fight, highlighting the raw physicality of her skills. She's not just defending, she's dismantling, piece by painful piece. After quickly incapacitating one attacker, Ava pins the other against a grimy brick wall, her grip like steel. Her voice, usually calm, is laced with a dangerous edge as she demands to know who sent them. The man, bruised and winded, gasps out a warning about the Collective, a shadowy criminal syndicate interested in the Canary Black file. He mutters about how deep the rabbit hole goes, how everyone is compromised. The crackle of a distant police siren only adds to the urgency, forcing Ava to quickly extract what she needs before vanishing once more. It's like a particularly aggressive game of 20 questions, where the wrong answer gets you a broken arm. Back in her temporary safe house, Ava pores over the retrieved data, her fingers flying across the keyboard. Complex algorithms unravel, encrypted messages decrypt, revealing a web of names, locations, and shadowy connections that stretch across the globe. The quiet hum of the laptop and the soft clicks of the keys are the only sounds as she pieces together the fragments, the chilling truth of the Canary Black file slowly coming into focus. It's not just a file. It's a ledger of global power, a weaponized secret that could shatter alliances and reshape the world order. And now, she's neck-deep in it, armed with nothing but her wits and a very expensive laptop. Meanwhile, back in the dimly lit corners of classified operations, Katz makes a furtive phone call. His voice is low, guarded, betraying a flicker of unease. He's not just Ava's handler. He's playing his own dangerous game, and his motives for wanting the Canary Black file are far from altruistic. The soft static on the line, the clipped, urgent whispers, It all paints a picture of betrayal and double-crossing. It becomes clear that Ava is merely a pawn in his elaborate scheme, and David's life is just leverage. It's like finding out your supposedly helpful tour guide is secretly also the person who rigged the booby traps. Always a fun surprise. Her next mission takes her to a remote desert outpost, a fortress of sun-baked rock and barbed wire. Under the scorching sun, the air thick with dust, Ava rappels down a sheer cliff face, her movements silent, precise. The grating sound of the rope against rock, the faint whisper of the wind, these are the only companions in her perilous descent. This isn't about brute force. It's about surgical infiltration, navigating laser grids and motion sensors. The outpost, bristling with armed guards, is a monument to paranoia, but Ava is a ghost, a whisper in the wind, a shadow that falls where it pleases. Her past life didn't just teach her how to fight. It taught her how to disappear. Inside the perimeter, the stakes escalate. Each guard is a potential alarm, a fatal misstep. Ava moves like liquid shadow. The soft thud of a silenced dart, the almost imperceptible snick of a blade, the muffled groan of an unconscious guard. These are the only sounds of her progress. She's a one-woman stealth mission, neutralizing threats before they even know she's there. The air crackles with tension, the anticipation of discovery hanging heavy. It's a masterclass in covert ops, where violence is a tool, not a spectacle, and silence is her deadliest weapon. She's essentially playing a very high-stakes game of tag, where being tagged means being knocked out cold. Her goal within the outpost is the server room, a humming hive of data and digital secrets. The gentle whir of servers, the blinking lights of countless hard drives. It's a stark contrast to the harsh desert outside. With her fingers flying across the keyboard, she hacks into the system, bypassing firewalls and encryption with lightning speed. Lines of code stream across the screen, a digital river of information, each byte bringing her closer to David. She's downloading another piece of the Canary Black puzzle, a fragment of truth from the heart of enemy territory. It's a digital heist, and Ava's the queen of the cyber underworld. Her extraction isn't as quiet this time. As she initiates the data wipe, a small, strategically placed explosive detonates. The deafening roar rips through the outpost, sending shrapnel and dust flying. Ava, already moving, leaps through a crumbling wall just as the server room erupts in a fiery inferno. The heat washes over her, the concussive force slamming into her back. Alarms shriek, and the outpost is plunged into chaos. It's a spectacular exit, turning a quiet infiltration into a thunderous statement. Because sometimes you just gotta blow things up. For data integrity, obviously. The desert chase begins in earnest. Ava, behind the wheel of a stolen jeep, barrels across the harsh, unforgiving landscape, plumes of dust trailing in her wake. The roar of the engine, the crunch of tires on gravel, the insistent rattle of machine gun fire from pursuing vehicles. It's a symphony of automotive warfare. She swerves, drifts, and accelerates, using the rugged terrain to her advantage. A skilled driver navigating a deadly obstacle course. The relentless crackle of bullets hitting metal, the close calls as enemy vehicles attempt to ram her, all heighten the tension. She's not just driving. She's fighting for every inch of ground, every breath, every second. Just when she thinks she's in the clear, the chase leads her into a narrow canyon, a natural trap. Armed vehicles, their engines snarling, block both ends, their mounted machine guns trained on her. The silence, after the roar of the chase, is suddenly deafening, amplifying the click-clack of weapons being cocked. Ava, trapped but not beaten, takes cover behind her jeep, preparing for the inevitable onslaught. This isn't just a chase anymore. It's a full-blown siege, and she's the sole defender. It's like a particularly bad traffic jam, except instead of honking, people are trying to shoot you. The canyon erupts in a cacophony of gunfire. The sharp bang, bang, bang of her dual pistols contrasts with the heavier thud of the enemy's automatic weapons. Ava moves with brutal efficiency, using the jeep for cover, rolling, dodging, and firing with deadly accuracy. The sound of spent casings clattering on rock, the cries of injured assailants, the splintering of metal as bullets tear into her vehicle. It's a brutal close-quarters firefight. She's not just surviving. She's dominating, turning a seemingly impossible situation into a tactical victory, a testament to her ruthless effectiveness, even if she's probably going to need a new jeep afterwards. With the immediate threat neutralized, Ava plants a final, strategically placed grenade. The ensuing explosion echoes through the canyon, triggering a small rock slide that blocks the path. She then slips away on foot, disappearing into a hidden crevice, leaving her battered jeep and a trail of defeated enemies behind. The crunch of gravel under her boots, the ragged sound of her breathing. It's a moment of raw exhaustion and fierce determination. She's escaped, but the toll is evident, a silent testament to the relentless pressure she's under. This woman clearly skipped leg day to train for running away from explosions day, and it paid off. Needing a safe haven and more intel, Ava seeks out an old ally, a grizzled contact named Silas. They meet in a dimly lit, smoky bar, the kind of place where secrets are whispered over cheap whiskey. The clinking of glasses, the low murmur of conversations, the pungent smell of stale smoke, it all creates a clandestine atmosphere. Silas, with his weary eyes and cryptic demeanor, provides her with crucial information, confirming the widespread corruption linked to Canary Black and the true power of the collective. He's a relic of her past, a reminder that some ties, however dangerous, are never truly severed. He's also the kind of guy who probably has a story for every scar. Silas, his voice a low growl, warns Ava about the immense power of the collective. He emphasizes their global reach, their ruthless efficiency, and the fact that they have spies in every major intelligence agency. They don't just own the game, Ava, he rumbles. They wrote the rules. The gravity of his words hangs heavy in the air, a chilling premonition of the challenges ahead. He tells her that Katz himself might be compromised, a suspicion that solidifies Ava's growing distrust. It's a sobering moment, a stark reminder that she's not just fighting criminals. She's fighting an entire system, and the system cheats. Another video from Katz arrives, and this time, David looks significantly worse. His face is gaunt, his movement sluggish, and a harsh cough racks his body. The raw emotion on Ava's face, a mixture of anguish and escalating fury, is palpable. The faint sound of his labored breathing, the muffled pleas for help. It's a psychological torment designed to break her, to push her to act recklessly. But instead, it only hardens her resolve. Her silent vow to rescue him echoes in the sterile room. She's not just a spy. She's a wife on a mission, and a pissed-off wife is arguably the most dangerous weapon in existence. The next target, a gleaming ultra-modern penthouse atop a skyscraper, an architectural marvel of glass and steel. Ava, ever the vertical specialist, bypasses the ground-level security entirely, opting for a daring climb up the building's exterior. The distant hum of city traffic, the chilling whisper of wind at extreme heights, the rhythmic clink of her climbing gear, it's an auditory experience that accentuates the danger. She moves with an almost spider-like agility, her grip sure, her focus absolute. Below her, the city lights twinkle like a distant galaxy, oblivious to the high-stakes drama unfolding hundreds of feet above their heads. Once inside the penthouse, Ava faces another layer of cutting-edge security. Biometric scanners, pressure plates, and laser grids, the soft, almost inaudible whir of the motion sensors, the faint glow of the laser beams. She navigates them all with practiced ease, a ghost in a high-tech fortress. She locates a hidden data cache, its digital locks yielding to her specialized tools. The familiar rush of data flowing onto her device is a welcome sound. This part of the file, however, contains more than just data. It contains a name, a key player in the collective, who might know David's exact location. She's closing in, one bite at a time. Her cover is blown when the penthouse's occupant, a smug, well-connected businessman tied to the collective, unexpectedly returns. The sharp click of her pistol's safety, the sudden intake of breath from the man. The tension is immediate and visceral. Ava, her voice a low, dangerous growl, demands information about David's location. The man, initially defiant, cracks under her steely gaze and the silent, deadly promise in her eyes. The faint tremor in his voice as he divulges details. The slight rustle of his expensive suit as he shrinks under her glare. He knows he's dealing with someone far beyond his pay grade. It's an information extraction, with a side order of terror. With the information secured, Ava makes a rapid exit, rappelling down the side of the skyscraper once more. The distant wail of police sirens, growing louder with each passing second, adds a frenetic urgency to her descent. The rhythmic scrape of the rope, the wind whipping at her clothes, it's a desperate race against time and gravity. She's left a trail of chaos and a terrified businessman, but she's also closer to David. The stakes are rising faster than her descent, and she knows the full force of the collective will be after her now. It's like trying to get out of a really fancy hotel without paying, except instead of a bill, they send armed guards. Back in her new bolt hole, Ava receives damning evidence of Katz's true allegiance. A secure feed, probably from Silas, shows Katz in a private meeting with a known member of the collective, their hushed conversation betraying a deep, long-standing alliance. The revelation hits Ava like a physical blow. The soft click of the video pausing, the quiet hum of her laptop, it only amplifies her sense of betrayal. She realizes David was not just leverage, he was bait, and she's been manipulated from the start. The crackle of her own anger is almost audible, a simmering fury that threatens to boil over. Oh, cats, you messed with the wrong ex-CIA agent. The betrayal sharpens Ava's focus, transforming her from a desperate wife into a vengeful force of nature. The metallic clink as she meticulously cleans her combat knives, the soft click of her preparing a specialized weapon. Every action is imbued with a new, colder resolve. This isn't just about David anymore. It's about making cats and the collective pay for their deception. The silent promise she makes to herself is more chilling than any spoken threat. They underestimated her, and that, my friends, is a mistake they will live to regret. Or more accurately, die to regret. Her next destination is a bustling port authority, a labyrinth of towering shipping containers and heavy machinery, all shrouded in the dim glow of industrial lights. The incessant clang of metal, the deep roar of ship horns, the pervasive smell of salt and diesel. It's a sensory assault. Ava moves through the shadows, a phantom amidst the organized chaos. She's searching for a specific container, believed to be the final piece of the Canary Black puzzle, and perhaps the location of David. Every creak of a crane, every distant voice, is a potential threat in this sprawling industrial maze. It's like playing hide and seek, but with actual missiles and international shipping laws involved. After navigating the maze of containers, Ava locates her target. The heavy thud of the container door as she pries it open, the musty smell of contained air, it's all leading somewhere. But as she steps inside, a faint click betrays a tripwire, and suddenly, red lights flash, alarms blare, and metallic shutters slam down, sealing her in. It's a trap, expertly sprung, designed to catch the Canary Black. The piercing shriek of the alarm, the cold realization of her predicament. The collective knew she was coming. This wasn't just a misstep. It was a deliberate lure, and she walked right into it. Outside the container, the sound of heavy boots converging, the harsh commands shouted in a foreign language. Ava is surrounded. The metallic clang of weapons being readied, the focused glow of flashlights piercing the gaps in the container walls. She's a caged animal, but a very dangerous one. Ava draws her weapons, her stance shifting, every muscle coiled and ready. This isn't an escape. It's a fight for survival, a desperate last stand against overwhelming odds. The air inside the container feels thick, heavy with the scent of fear and impending violence. This is where the rubber meets the road, or rather, where the bullets meet the steel container. The container doors are breached, and armed men swarm inside. The confined space becomes a swirling vortex of violence. The sharp thud of fists, the rapid snick of a knife, the muffled oof of bodies hitting metal walls. It's a symphony of brutal hand-to-hand combat. Ava, a whirlwind of calculated ferocity, uses the cramped environment to her advantage, turning the close quarters into her battlefield. Every block, every strike, every takedown is executed with lethal precision, proving that even in the tightest spot, she's a force to be reckoned with. She's less human and more extremely angry, highly trained fighting machine right now. Mid-fight, Ava spots an opportunity. With a practiced movement, she attaches a small explosive charge to the container wall. The sharp click of the detonator, a warning shout, and then a deafening boom! The side of the container rips open, sending shrapnel flying and creating a desperate escape route. The blast temporarily stuns her remaining assailants, giving her the crucial seconds she needs. The sudden rush of cold night air through the gaping hole is a taste of freedom, a desperate gamble that just might pay off. Who needs a door when you have explosives? Much more dramatic. Now, outside, Ava sprints across the bustling port, the piercing shriek of alarms mingling with the roar of heavy machinery. Forklifts whiz by, containers swing precariously, and the relentless crackle of gunfire follows her every step. The metallic clang of bullets hitting metal, the distant shouts of her pursuers. It's a desperate race against time and an army of armed men. She weaves through the labyrinth of shipping crates, using them for cover, her breath coming in ragged gasps. The port, once a symbol of global commerce, has become a deadly arena, and Ava is its reluctant gladiator. Just as her situation seems most dire, a beat-up truck screeches to a halt beside her. Silas, his face grim, is behind the wheel, laying down suppressive fire with a heavy machine gun. The thunderous rat-a-tat-tat of the weapon rips through the air, scattering her pursuers. Ava dives into the passenger seat, the smell of gunpowder clinging to the air. The roar of the truck's engine as Silas puts his foot down, peeling away from the port, is a sound of temporary salvation. Her old ally, it seems, has her back, proving that even in a world of betrayal, some loyalties hold true. Or, at least, some people are equally good at causing mayhem. In a secluded hideout, Ava and Silas pool their resources. The final pieces of the Canary Black file click into place, forming a comprehensive, devastating expose of the Collective's global operations and their deep ties within governments. The soft hum of the holographic projector displaying the intricate web of data creates a chilling tableau. More importantly, within the file is David's exact location, a highly fortified black site, a place designed to make people disappear without a trace. The quiet click of the keyboard as Ava inputs coordinates, the determined set of her jaw. The final confrontation is imminent. She's solved the puzzle. Now it's time to confront the monster. With David's location confirmed, Ava and Silas meticulously plan their assault on the black site. Blueprints are spread across a table marked with red circles and tactical notes. The quiet rustle of paper, the low, focused murmurs of their strategy. It's a moment of calm before the storm. They discuss entry points, security countermeasures, and extraction plans, every detail scrutinized, every potential variable considered. This isn't a hasty rescue, it's a calculated strike, designed to hit the Collective where it hurts most. They're preparing for war, a symphony of destruction in the making, and this time, Ava's not alone. Under the cloak of darkness, Ava and Silas launch their assault. The silent hiss of a breaching charge, the muffled thud as a heavily armored door gives way. They penetrate the black site's perimeter with chilling efficiency. The low hum of the facility's internal systems, the distant footsteps of patrols. Every sound is magnified in the tense silence of their infiltration. They move with coordinated precision, a deadly duo, each anticipating the other's movements. This isn't just about getting in, it's about navigating a death trap designed by the best, or worst, of the intelligence world. It's like a haunted house, if the ghosts were all armed and very, very good at their jobs. Inside, the black site is a sterile, labyrinthine nightmare of steel corridors and reinforced doors. The soft thud of a silenced pistol, the quick, efficient takedown of a patrolling guard, the almost imperceptible click of a bypassed security camera. They move through this facility like shadows. Silas provides tactical support, covering Ava as she disarms pressure plates and unlocks secure doors. The air is thick with anticipation, the constant threat of discovery hanging heavy. They're a well-oiled machine, cutting through layers of security, inching closer to David, and to the truth about cats. This is less stealth mission and more extremely violent game of chess. Their cover is finally blown as they stumble into a well-laid ambush in a central control room. The room erupts in a furious gunfight, the sharp crackle of automatic weapons deafening in the confined space. The metallic ping of bullets ricocheting off consoles, the splintering of glass, the shouts of commands. It's a chaotic ballet of bullets and bravado. Ava and Silas, back to back, return fire with deadly accuracy, their years of training kicking in. They're outnumbered, but they're seasoned, and they're fighting with the ferocity of those who have nothing left to lose. It's like a particularly aggressive office meeting, where instead of spreadsheets, they're exchanging lead. Mid-gunfight, the main monitor in the control room flickers to life, revealing Katz. His face, projected large and sneering, fills the screen, his voice dripping with condescension. He taunts Ava, revealing the full extent of his twisted plan. Canary Black isn't just about a file. It's about establishing the Collective's dominance, and David was always just a pawn in his grand scheme. The sound of his mocking laughter, echoing through the gunfire, only fuels Ava's rage. It's a classic villain monologue, delivered with maximum smarminess, and Ava is just about ready to introduce him to the business end of a very large caliber bullet. Katz's taunts ignite an almost primal rage within Ava. Her movements become faster, more brutal, more lethal. The sharp crack of bones, the wet thud of punches, the desperate cries of her assailants. She tears through the remaining guards with a terrifying ferocity. This isn't just a fight. It's a calculated act of vengeance, every strike imbued with her burning fury. Silas, momentarily taken aback by her intensity, falls into step, covering her as she cuts a bloody path towards the server room where Katz presumably awaits. She's a hurricane of vengeance, and anyone caught in her path is about to have a very, very bad day. As Ava presses forward, Silas makes a courageous stand. Wounded, a grimace etched on his face, he plants himself at a crucial doorway, a choke point against the unending waves of collective enforcers. The thunderous bang, bang, bang of his weapon, the metallic clang of his empty magazine hitting the floor, the rapid reload. He's a one-man army, buying Ava precious seconds. "Go!" he shouts, his voice raw. "Get David!" The sounds of the escalating firefight behind her only push Ava faster, the weight of his sacrifice propelling her forward. Silas is basically the MVP of distraction and mayhem right now. Ava blasts open a reinforced door, the deafening boom echoing down the sterile corridor. Inside, in a stark, bare cell, is David. He's barely conscious, his body ravaged by his ordeal, but he's alive. The raw, gut-wrenching relief on Ava's face is palpable, followed by a surge of renewed anger at his tormentors. The faint rasp of his breath, the soft brush of her hand against his bruised face. It's a moment of profound, quiet emotion amidst the chaos. She promises him, her voice choked with emotion, that she will get him out, and she will make them pay. First, though, she probably needs to find him a sandwich. Leaving David with a promise of quick return, Ava pushes on, her path leading directly to Kat's. She finds him in the Black Site's main control room, surrounded by monitors displaying the chaos she's wrought. Kat's, no longer sneering, is heavily armed, a look of twisted determination on his face. The soft hum of the control panels, the distant sounds of gunfire. It's a stage set for their final confrontation. He's ready, she's ready. The air crackles with unspoken history, betrayal, and a desperate struggle for control. This isn't just a fight. It's the culmination of years of lies and manipulation. And honestly, it's about time someone punched that smirk off his face. The control room erupts in a furious, no-holds-barred fight. The sharp crack of bones, the metallic clang of weapons colliding, the grunt of effort from both combatants. It's a visceral, desperate struggle. Katz, fueled by his twisted ideology, fights with surprising savagery. His punch is heavy, his movements ruthless. But Ava, driven by love and righteous fury, matches him blow for blow, her agility and precision a stark contrast to his brute force. The sound of their heavy breathing, the scrapes of their boots on the floor. Every second is a fight for dominance, a dance of death with years of history behind every strike. This is the kind of fight where you can almost feel the tension through the screen. After a grueling, exhausting battle, Ava delivers a final decisive blow. The sickening crack of bone, the helpless slump of Katz's body as he crashes to the floor, finally silenced. The sudden ringing silence in the control room is deafening, broken only by Ava's ragged, triumphant breaths. He's defeated, his reign of manipulation and terror brought to an end by the very agent he sought to control. The flicker of satisfaction on Ava's face is fleeting, overshadowed by the exhaustion and the lingering pain of betrayal. It's a victory, but a costly one, and the sound of silence is a stark reminder of what she's lost and gained. Good riddance, honestly. Ava rushes back to David, carefully helping him out of the Black Site, his arm draped over her shoulder. The soft scuff of their footsteps, the distant sounds of the ongoing firefight. Silas, still holding the line, punctuate their slow, careful escape. Before leaving, Ava takes the Canary Black drive, now fully compiled, and with a grim determination smashes it to pieces against a wall. The sharp crunch of plastic and metal, the finality of the act, symbolizes her rejection of the world that tried to consume her. She's not just saving David, she's obliterating the weapon that threatened to ruin countless lives, including her own. Freedom, it seems, sometimes requires a bit of digital destruction. As Ava and David make their escape in a stolen vehicle, the Black Site begins to crumble, engulfed in a series of controlled explosions, courtesy of Silas, perhaps. The roaring inferno, the collapsing structure. It's a fiery funeral for the collective's dark operations. Silas's fate remains ambiguous, his last stand a heroic sacrifice that allows Ava and David to flee. The crunch of gravel under the tires as Ava speeds away, the fading sounds of destruction behind them. It's a bittersweet victory, tinged with the sorrow of loss. But David is safe, and Canary Black is gone, a whisper on the wind, a nightmare vanquished. They might be leaving a friend behind, but they're taking their future with them. In the aftermath, Ava and David find solace in a quiet, secluded place, far from the shadows of their past. The gentle lapping of waves on a distant shore, the soft rustle of leaves in the breeze, the warmth of the sun on their faces. These are the sounds and sensations of healing. David slowly recovers, his trust in Ava unwavering. They hold hands, their intertwined fingers a silent promise of a future together, free from the clutches of the collective and the constant threat of espionage. Ava, though forever changed, finds a renewed sense of purpose, not as a spy, but as a survivor and a protector of the peace she fought so hard to reclaim. It's not a clean slate, but it's a fresh page, and they're writing their own story now. And for those wondering, she definitely earned that long, quiet nap. So, Canary Black takes us on a whirlwind of betrayal, high-stakes action, and ultimately, a journey back to what truly matters, love and the quiet moments we cherish. Ava's story reminds us that even when pushed to our limits, when our past comes knocking with a vengeance, we have the strength to fight for our future. It's about more than just explosions and spy gadgets. It's about the resilience of the human spirit, the unbreakable bonds of family and finding your way back to yourself after being lost in the darkness. It shows us that even a quiet life can hold incredible power, and sometimes the most profound victories are the ones that lead us back home. Keep fighting the good fight, whatever your own Canary Black might be.
Koreja platila 10 milijardi.
Predsjedniče, da svakako. Hvala gospodine